Meet Erica. Erica is passionate about a lot of things, but mostly she's passionate about helping to create the more beautiful world our hearts know is possible. She loves to give her time and energy to the causes she cares about. But lately, Erica has grown disillusioned, even downright frustrated. Because over time, she's observed that no matter how good people's intentions are, most of us are walking around with blinders on, unaware of how we use our own beliefs to trump others, unaware of how our unspoken assumptions often actually undermine the very efforts that we're trying to promote. People talk about the importance of good listening and inclusion and diversity, but when they actually come together to solve problems, Erica sees a lot of grandstanding, a lot of people pushing their own agendas and demanding attention. This dynamic is so strong that even she falls into it more often than she'd like to admit. It happens at work, in community, even with her family. And Erica has this nagging sense that she should be able to interact with those patterns in ways that would help to shift them, but she can't figure out how. She senses all these blockages and subterranean tensions that hold things back and that just never get addressed. The frustration has been eating her up. And then she meets this woman, Maggie. Maggie is different somehow. She just has this aura that smacks of a deep and unusual power, but it's hard to define. Sometimes Maggie is super vulnerable. Sometimes she's sharp and fierce. Sometimes she says a lot. Usually things you can't imagine anyone actually saying out loud. Other times, she says very little. But she's always totally present, often unpredictable, and she usually has a big impact on a group. Whenever Maggie shows up, things intensify. Blockages get broken up, patterns shift, and greater transformation seems possible. Erica isn't sure what it is that Maggie has, but she's sure that she wants some. When Erica shares her frustration with Maggie and asks about what it is that Maggie is doing to make herself so unusual, Maggie tells her about her friend and mentor, Christine. That would be me, your narrator. Maggie tells Erica about this practice that I've developed around an understanding of feminine change patterns and being more intentional around how one is present in her own power. Maggie suggests that Erica take part in one of my workshops and start developing her own skills, because the world is desperately in need of good catalysts. So Erica jumps in. She learns about the differences between the masculine and feminine cultures and their approaches to change. She learns about the 4 feminine archetypes, their values and beliefs, and how each archetype has its own patterns of how it interacts with the world. She also learns that 2 of the feminine archetypes love change. They are at home in ambiguity, enjoy a little chaos, and act as catalysts in an environment, while the other 2 don't much care for upset. They have a tendency to be stabilizers. They prefer to protect and smooth ruffled feathers and create order. It even becomes clear to Erica why we're so confused about these 2 different feminine dynamics and why the transformational aspects of the feminine are such a mystery in our culture and so hard for many of us to access. Suddenly, Erica understands her own inner blockages. She knows what prevents her from interacting more authentically and courageously and from having a greater impact than she does. She also becomes part of a community that shares this understanding and practices developing greater skill and intentionality around their change-making efforts. So now, Erica is no longer frustrated. She loves working in community again. She feels confident and impactful. She knows she makes a difference, and others tell her that now she too exudes that aura of strange power.